Everything here is immediately followed by sarcastic comments and nasty responses.
Yep, we're finally where we belong.
Don't think we don't know how to weed them out.
Put a ticket in, make her gay. Put a ticket in, make her name it gay.
All of Andrew's scenes could get cut. Who knows? It's Hollywood, baby.
That's all, brother. I had it.
I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part.
I'm doing my part too.
Very good. Well, if you can't get out of it, get into it.
Welcome to Inside the Badger Den with the Angry Badger and Mr.Techrat. And Devilish Doyle or Diabolical Souls or Taint or whatever the hell your name is. And Leon fully fucking transitioned. And then Techrat. Hulk Colburn.
Don't look it up.
I'm not going to. Don't look up 1992 space movie. No Irwin because he's dead. Oh. Rest in peace. That's what happens. High crime rate where he lives. What can you say? Happens. F's in the chat.
He was actually stabbed at the midnight release of Deadpool.
Yep. Yeah. No regenerative powers for him. Also, shout out to the worst fucking take on what's it, Rambo we've ever heard.
Yes. Oh my god, that was awful.
Crimers did get him. Crimers. What are you going to do about him? They get you when you least expect it. Hail to everyone.
Which is wild because they're so loud. You would think he would have heard them coming.
You can hear the smoke detectors with the alarms that haven't been changed. No, shout out. Welcome to everyone. We have to wait before we start doing Ryan Roger Athays. Shout out. Yeah. Welcome to Inside the Badger Den, separate from Badgercast, where we'll talk a little bit about the news of the day at the end. But for the most part, we're going to go over the big news stories that happened throughout the week. But yeah, I have to grift the death of Irwin until he pulls a Wolverine.
I feel ashamed. Am I the only one who thought that it was the Captain America on your left every time?
I did actually think it was the Captain America
Thank
on
God.
your left.
I thought he was talking about which side his dick hangs.
Talk about the confusion for 1 second.
Short shovels and always to the left, right?
That's what I thought.
Everyone holds up remarkably well. I rewatched it like 2 weeks ago.
It's fantastic.
I don't know about fantastic, but it's okay.
Come on.
I'm a resident Jim Carrey. Like, I don't want to say hater, but I think he's incredibly overrated. So the fact that Liar holds up the way it does is
Jim Carrey is currently being Joe Biden, apparently, if you believe YouTube. I was watching Jeremy react to a video on CobraCast where some guy was pointing out the intricacies of that Jim Carrey is now playing Biden, that Biden has left us, and that it's actually Jim Carrey.
That's fine and all, even if it is a joke or true. I don't care. I'll accept it. But we're talking about old school Jim Carrey. Leon, I will fight you on this.
So old school Jim Carrey is like was very hit or miss. Like, for example, The Mask is great. Liar is great. But you guys sound like Dumb and Dumber, which is just fucking bad. Ace Ventura,
legendary. 10 out of 10. God. Ace Ventura, 10 out of 10. I take it back what I just said about Irwin. You have now reframed it. Thank you, Leon. You once again have the title of worst fucking movie takes I've ever heard. Ace Ventura. And hey, two of the greatest fucking comedies of all time. My God, man. I feel better. Much like this movie, restoring my faith that the timeline is correcting, Leon saying the dumb shit he just said. Oh, fuck. I feel better.
You just can't help yourself.
I can't.
I kind of agree, though. He is overrated. Like, he's a poor man's Robin Williams.
Oh!
Okay, I'm gonna shift gears.
What are we gonna do?
Have any of you kids met some of your heroes before? And was it awkward? Because
it was awesome.
I watched Badger level up in many worlds in different video games for decades now. I saw it happen in real life, you guys. When he was talking to the Chris Gore, he got asked things, and I saw looks on his faces that I've never seen, even from a child.
All my faces. Looks on my faces, all of them.
There was Happy Badger. There was Confused Badger. It was awesome.
Yeah, it was a night of many firsts. Let's just say that. Yeah. What are you gonna do?
Go to Comic-Con next year as your luggage carrier, as your samurai.
Yes, his retainer. Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh yeah. Then I'm gonna fight in one battle, probably not all that well, and then immediately give up my sword and be given back to the Jesuits. Wait, sorry.
Are you gonna fight that Star Wars girl for giving all the Deadpool spoilers on the internet a day in advance? Fucking.
Oh god.
So
I just can't stand her.
As we got to the meetup, before once we started settled down, and someone said something about spoilers, I was like, yeah, Anna. Thank you, Anna. I put a collage of I know people were like, why'd you look at it? It's like, bro, I opened the twat and there is a collage of every single fucking, for the most part. She missed a couple of them, thank the God. So I was surprised by at least one. But yeah, now you're trying to think which one I was surprised by.
I was, and I was like, which one was?
I'll see you later, because we won't go into deep spoilers. Yeah. A couple might slip out, but yeah, I know not everyone is. Monday for sure. We're going balls deep. I almost made a joke that would have spoiled something. You're lucky. That should show you, by the way, how good we all think this is, that we're willing to not just because for most of the shit, right? Like when we're talking about Acolyte, which is actually one of our first topics for the week because it's the least mentioned
and least interesting.
Though it's kept some channels alive. It has gone up.
Wow.
It's still at 17. It's gone up from 81. The big
so it's higher than the average age of somebody that Chris Tyson would hit on. Okay,
which is also one we'll mention it, but I didn't even want to list it because that is fucking the only diabolical thing. Really, is the suppression of that story.
Bing.
I did the thing.
Today was the first video I made on it that didn't get ad blocked, ad restricted.
I saw people getting
yeah, I saw that.
The last hopeful thing we hear, or hopefully the last thing we ever hear about Acolyte until the gods punish us with the season 2, is that Leslie, Harvey Weinstein's former personal assistant, 4 years.
Call her God.
In addition to Vanestra Rowe getting her Black series and getting a High Republic novel written by Christina Ireland, who's that racist Kim Belair lookalike who, white people evil type shit. She confirmed that, yeah, she told the truth to Yoda, which means for 80 plus years, Yoda has known that the Sith are out there and covered up the death of the Jedi by not saying anything. So that's nice. And she just mentioned the Clone Wars cartoons.
Fucking what?
Yeah.
Wait, this is news to me. Again, I don't fucking watch this trash because I'm an actual Star Wars fan. They literally have retconned it to the point where Yoda knows about the Sith prior to the prequels.
So that's all I'll tell you. Mo Zamboni, holy shnikes, you are the omnipotent streamer of the internet at the moment. Do you sleep, sir? Also, many blessings to Mama Badger. Do I sleep? Of course I sleep. Whatever do you mean? I synced it, yeah. So this is very good. No, okay, Leon. So, because thank you, by the way, for the very lovely birthday gift of the Darth Maul novel that actually takes place in the real Star Wars universe. In Disney Star Wars, my friend, not only is Chimere confirmed by her to be Plagueis, who shouldn't be born yet, Sith Apprentice. All the murders have been blamed on Saul. Stop Asian hate. The Asian, from Squid Games, Asian Jedi from Squid Games, and now also confirmed that when she goes at the end and says, Master Yoda, we need to talk, that she does tell him everything, or at least enough that it's a cover-up now. And she justifies it by saying, you can see here, she goes, it's not like it's the first time Yoda has hidden something from the Senate and the Republic in Clone Wars Season 6, because God knows that's the canon we all go to. In Clone Wars Season 6, it's revealed that he covered up the creation of the clone army and asked everybody to not say who was behind it.
But wouldn't they sense that he was lying?
Yes. Wait, who would sense what?
Other fucking Jedi. Maybe
Other Jedi.
Kiadi Mundi, who also shouldn't be born yet, but whatever.
Yeah.
Sure. Let's say with Kiadi Mundi that they lied to him about it, but then Yoda knew, and maybe he was it. It doesn't matter. It's just that you've now turned.
But wouldn't Yoda have known something at some point before she even said anything to him? Like he couldn't feel anything.
Yeah, no, that's another thing, is that the show ignored the fact how Jedi can feel things until it's convenient to the plot, because Vanestra could feel presences. Yeah. No,
bro,
it's just
you ruined my good mood. We're backstage, we're talking about Deadpool, we're having fun, we're laughing, and then you drop this on me, and you ruin your mood. Spoiled my good fucking mood.
Why would this ruin your mood? This does nothing to Star Wars.
And by the way, he didn't do it. Leslie did it.
Leslie did it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I don't follow Leslie fucking Fivehead. Like I
But
follow
she
Badger, so I
follows you,
didn't know
Leon.
about this.
She follows you.
But Leon, those Thrawn
it's not like
novels
he
that
said
you
Jim Carrey
defended that existed in Star Wars, that this is the same universe. Do you not want to know how the lore stacks? I know I'm being an asshole now. My point is,
You
yeah,
boxed me into a corner here, Badger.
I don't. It feels good. It feels good. Be careful though. Fully transitions, they do attack when under. No,
Yeah.
don't
Yeah,
even worry
only,
about
only
it. Dude.
children. Everybody here on this panel is safe. So
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
this is
I
going
don't know,
to be a
Techrat, I
good
don't know
one.
how old you are, so you might be.
I'll skip it ahead in the launch here, just because Leon does feel so strong about it. Yeah, the whole MrBeast, start to finish. It started off with, we've heard accusations. It's just one. Then I didn't bring these all up, but just take our word for it. Then more of another, and then the fucking Discord leaked, and then MrBeast tried to say it was a joke, and then this, and then now this is his last one of like an independent. I'm hiring someone to investigate myself. Doesn't usually end well.
There was more too.
Yes,
there was the servers that were leaked.
Yes, and
yeah,
not great. Not great.
Good. Not good.
A lot of underage guys in there calling him daddy and weird shit, and they're not safe for work, hente stuff. Yeah. I mean, not that hente is in.
Can we just all come to the conclusion that fucking Tyson is just a homo? He's not like he's using the trans shit as a scapegoat because you can't punish trans people.
As with 90% of the time, because look, the Blair Whites of the world exist. I do believe they have gender dysphoria or whatever the fuck you want to call it to sufficient degrees, and if you ever talk to them, they give off some pretty fucking female energy. But even they acknowledge that they are biological men, that they would have just grown up to be gay. They're biologically gay men, if you want to, and to alleviate their body dysmorphia or gender dysmorphia,
this was like a break-in case of emergency situation.
All the other ones, for the most part, though, and especially these I always not laugh, but like when they say it's a trans genocide, it's like, no. The genocide is against the gay people that you are stopping and just making them pseudo straights. I mean, just look at Iran. You can't be gay. You take a trip off the roof, but you can say you're transgender because it's all right to be with the women.
Okay, but either way, it's not all right to talk to children. So, like, that's the problem. Who gives a shit if you're trans?
Unless you're a beast about it, or you're one of these Disney activists that we're going to be talking about. Go ahead. You were going to say something?
Well, I mean, kids are going to try to contact you, and that's where the parents, and B, you got to sit there and say, hey, listen, I understand you're a fan or whatever, but you need to be a certain age and you need to have permission by your parents and that kind of stuff. But no, that's out the window because that doesn't exist in this world anymore.
And real quick, because I got to go fix this fucking thing that keeps falling down over here. The rub here with the Discord was he had like a collage of his mods and inside group that were all fucking underage, conspiring with him to talk to the other people and do the thing where you keep fucking talking.
Dude, I've banned people from being in my chat for being underage. I've never banned personally. Now my mods have, and I've asked them not to do that because they don't value free speech and whatnot. But in terms of me personally, I've only ever banned one person from being in my streams, and it's because they said they were 15. I was like, nope, ban. Not even gonna fucking deal with it in the slightest.
Anyway, the real rub before we get to my boy Gatekeeper is this was treated completely different by everyone than the Dr. Disrespect. Both the wait for innocent until proven guilty to then when we got it, how it was then treated, who covered it, who didn't cover it, and then outright fucking suppression. Almost everyone's videos got hit with either an age restriction, no matter how clever you got with your language, or they were outright taken down. So it's just weird. Gatekeeper for 10 turning in, gotta hit it early in a few hours, had to show a little love though. Wish you continued success and good health. Tell my homie hi when you talk to him next. Erwin is dead, but we will seance with him and we will give him a shout out. Gatekeeper,
we'll dig him up like Logan.
I
he's
see
a trucker.
that you were a melanated male. We will leave some Hennessy on his headstone.
He is, but you cannot blame him for that. Trust me, he's not a stereotype. No. Very educated man. He can swim the 50.
Okay, so we'll leave some fucking scotch on his head.
3 minutes.
I'm sorry.
No, Gatekeeper's good people.
Gatekeeper, like the first interaction we had, I made a joke and his reaction was perfect. It was like, oh yeah, that's what it used to be. Jokes between the ethnicities and all that before everyone got fucking hurt.
So going back to the MrBeast situation, like how much do you think like MrBeast is like panicking and trying to cover up, and how much
do you know your best friend?
Well, you never know anyone fully, so everyone has
Especially
stuff
if
behind
they're
the
worried
curtain.
about you knowing like at any of it.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things, though. I think if we all look into our hearts, we probably know that if he didn't know, he had suspicions.
Or was in denial and was like willful ignorance because he didn't which neither
Wilf,
one is
sure.
okay.
I say neither one really is excusable.
It could have been. I'm not saying he's guilty of anything, but like I think there, he could be, giving him warnings and saying, "Hey, man, like cut it out," or, just trying to be that guy. I think he's probably just as guilty, in my opinion.
Oh, for sure. That's my belief.
I think like and Hypno, like shout out to Hypno, his video on it. I agree with him. Like he's putting out this like lawyer talk with his apology.
Oh no, he's covering his ass for sure.
He's definitely covering his ass. I don't know if I can believe any of them because like everyone has dark secrets in the closet.
But dude, he cured 100 people's blindness. He's a good person.
Yeah.
Well, I guess we have to wait and see now.
There's the there's the happy clown, and then there's the sad clown that has.
He's hiring these independent investigators to investigate himself. So will we see? Because let's say that the information does finally come to light.
What does that mean?
Right.
And what
in other words, until some sort of agency brings charges to light, like what is he even doing? I don't think we'll hear about this again. Basically,
it makes no sense to me.
If the information does come out, will anyone remember or care? Like we talked about Dr. Disrespect for a week, then gone. We haven't talked about him really since until this situation brought back up. But the Dr. Disrespect story lasted a week, and then we moved on. Like so, what? The investigation comes out, and then 2 months later, we get some info.
Yeah.
Who's going to pay attention?
I would say, what the fuck ever this guy's name is, Laba or whatever. Yeah, but then he came out after watching all the leaked. It was like, oh yeah, I didn't remember it that way. That's super inappropriate. So fucking, it's not good. There's no way. It's not good for a lot of things. Transition. And it's not good for Concord, who also had someone who was probably in the MrBeast freaking Chris thing that was telling him, shout out to Smash JT. This was his bread and butter of the people basically behind the scenes over here. Some of the fun ones.
Yeah, they wanted her to
call me Professor.
Call her. Yeah, like, look at this bitch. Like,
is that it? I thought that was a dude.
No, that's
isn't it, dude? I
I'm
thought it was
so
a dude.
fucking confused.
No, that looks like somebody that we went to junior high with and used to be a dude and now isn't.
Some people do need fucking pronouns in bio. By the way, Hypnotic, since you never get to talk on fucking Saturday Night Hypnosis, if you want to come on the stream, you just go ahead and let me know, buddy. We'll get you a link sent over.
Yeah, jump on there, bud.
This was the other one that just came out. I had to talk about this. Every time I think I'm not going to talk about Suicide Squad again, this pops up. So this video, no one believed this was real. It's real, and it's not alone.
I didn't believe it was real until I saw this right here. Like this was what made me convince me it was real, and I was like, oh, it makes sense. They're doing the same thing Fallout 76 does, but they're queer fucking DLC.
The only reason, it's not going to show it. I would say the only reason I knew it was real is because Mr. Bug posted this, and he always like check shit like that, and he said it was real. I was like, okay, I trust him. That's what being right enough times in a row does for you.
Where are they gonna bury all these figures?
Bro, I don't think they'll get made. But also, this is definitely the last we'll hear because this is it. This was their last character, and we heard that they're discontinuing any support for the 400 and whatever people still playing.
So I gotta go download it now.
Oh yeah, you're dumb. He actually downloaded it for free. Remember we were joking? I was like, Dante from Verberite was like, I wouldn't play this if it was free, and I was like, fun fact. This was free on Amazon Prime, and I did not download it because I get cancer from enough other things.
Would.
You're talking about Scooby Pup?
Well, that wasn't in question.
I'm just saying, like, Scooby, you always welcome on my show. I'm just saying, like,
Scooby is fantastic.
I've thirsted Scooby to her face before. We good, like,
yeah.
Well, something
Scooby.
No one is thirsting for.
Scooby.
We're gonna be talking about Star Wars and Assassin's Creed because they're both under the Ubisoft banner. Either way, and for all those reasons and more, their stock, while exceeding internal like whatever numbers, whatever they think, projections. Yeah. Not what the actual investors are wanting. And that's very obviously when you look at the reactions.
Yeah, dude, did you read the investors grilling the Ubisoft execs?
Exorate, I believe was word, or when you really yell at someone or some shit. Yeah, no, I don't know what they're doing. I don't know what they're doing with a lot of things. Just like I don't know what Disney's doing in their stockholders, because they all seem upset most of the time.
Why?
It's one of those things. Is like, again, with Deadpool, when we talk about it, it's like, oh, so they can still do it. They do know what we want. They're intentionally trying to force the shit that we don't want. Like, we don't want to play
I've been saying that for fucking years that they are, because it is Disney, and because they've got deeper pockets than the Atlantic Ocean, they will eat as much money as they can to push a message because they can afford to. Other studios can't. They eventually have to walk back on the woke shit. Disney's the exception.
Yeah, but they're not being the exception for that much longer. That's the whole thing.
You think so? Because
like, how long will you keep taking that hit before you go, all right, the message ain't worth it?
Mm-hmm. Well, for a couple of different reasons. I'm not saying they won't try to push the message. I'm saying their ability to overcome it with their fucking. First of all, we've had some major things happen in the world of Disney, and I'm thinking of what order to do it in. But for one, just a couple months ago, we saw Nelson Peltz sell all of his fucking Disney stock after losing, right, to the tune of billions. Now, just the other day this week, we saw his partner in that endeavor, Ike Perlmutter, liquidate his $3 billion worth of stock, which probably also didn't help with the Disney stock prices and all of that. But but wait, there's more. No. So in addition to the absolute shit show that is Disney's parks of Tiana's Bayou Adventure that keeps breaking down, Star Wars Galaxy, Space Iraq is still a shit show, and their Rise of the Resistance constantly breaking down. Because again, Splash Mountain was changed because it was the Song of the South theme that is racist now, because anything that has to do with the South is racist. They took out one of these, which I was waiting to see how. Apparently it's because there's a jug of booze there and it might trigger alcoholics. Yeah, that's the face I made, and I used to like me some drink. Everybody. Yeah, cheers, boys. You're gonna need drink them if you got them. And that also right after that evacuated for breaking. So all of their shit keeps breaking. It is a hot. This is why I say this is all adding, because you go, well, yeah, okay, maybe their things have sucked, but the parks.
Okay, but real talk, Country Bear Jamboree is one of the best shows at Disney World. Just throwing that out there. I fucking love Country Bear Jamboree.
Can't say that anymore. You
would.
99% of the staff.
Oh, gatekeeper.
Oh, you son of a bitch. Gatekeeper
50.
Just thought about it. Missed FNT working, so take some of my favorite YouTubers' money. Now, my good sir, I bid you farewell. Are you saying you're giving me Gary's money? Well, I don't know what to say about that. I wonder, let me see. Do we still have oh well.
I'll cover about 1/8 of a stroke bottle prescription glasses. So
I've had many a stroke. Yeah, no, shout out, Gatekeeper, for giving me Gary's money. I'm sure you won't mind that. I appreciate it, bro. Drive safe.
Stay safe out there.
Drive safe.
Take care, Gatekeeper.
And if you're not going to drive safe, drive angry.
Drive angry. Well, he should be sleeping right now in the back of that truck. Imagine, you know, I always like those YouTubers of the truckers that then they like take videos of what they do in their, you know, how they cook and they game and their campers in the back of their semi.
They got hours of downtime in between.
Scooby Pup for 10. I think I mentioned the Country Bear Jamboree to you before, Badger. Indeed you did. Indeed you did. So yeah, all 4 unions representing employees from Disneyland, Disneyland's California Adventure, Downtown Disney, Disneyland's resort hotels, all agreed to authorize a strike. So not confirmed that it's doing the strike, but it is authorized to. And this went on to shout out. This is actually a pretty interesting article. The park is only shut down 4 times in the history of Disney. So this would be monumental. In the 70s, 84 is an actual strike. 2003 is an actual strike. And then 2020 was that Summer of Love. The aforementioned Summer of Love.
And as far as, because this is Disneyland, Disney World is in a very similar boat. It had only shut down, I think 3 or 4. It shut down on 9/11. It shut down during one of the massive hurricanes. Like, imagine running a theme park for 50 years or whatever and only shutting down 4 times. That's revolutionary news.
Yep. And it lost its Reedy Creek tax permissions, and then we found the whole scandal with that, the buybacks and all that.
But like a natural event, that's one thing. You know, a terrorist thing, that's another thing. But like your employees don't want to work for you because of XYZ. That's crazy.
Huh. I guarantee you that one has a context warning and trigger warning. Speaking of trigger warnings, shout out Jet.
What up, Jet?
What's
shout
up, Jet?
out. One drink Asian. That's what he said he is.
Yeah,
doesn't have that gene that processes it.
Hey, here's some
unless you're an
Badger
X-ray
lore.
girl, and then you're a multiple drink Asian. Shout out.
Jet was the first person.
Treat your women like your drinks, one and done.
Jet was the first person to walk up to Badger and say, "Oh my God, can I get a picture with you?"
So here's some actual Badger lore. Jet was the second person, and I recognized him for MDKS Swag or whatever.
I swear you said it was him. Sorry.
He is the first person to recognize me and asked to take a picture with me. And then Jet just gave me the eyes, and he was Asian. I was like, "Oh, Jet, hi." You said, I knew it would be the only other way. Yeah, no, but he did ask to take a picture. Yeah, it just time stopped. He saw me across the room, and then we locked eyes, and we ran in slow motion. No, it was cool. I immediately felt. I want you to chat in the rain. I want you guys to all understand that, like, if we ever met at a meetup, I would immediately fucking start talking to you, like if we were at a party and I didn't know anyone else, but I know you, right? Because we all know each other.
I met up with Zach's today. Me and him had lunch today. So
how was that?
Nice. It was awesome.
Yeah,
it was a good time. Yeah, we had
a great time. Did he draw the lunch?
No, not Zach.
Zach. Sorry, Zach. I'm thinking Zachary. Yeah, Zach's. Oh, how was that?
It was good. It was great. It was a great time. Yeah.
I didn't know Zach was back. I'm gonna have to ask him to come back on the show then, because I missed that motherfucker.
Oh, he's awesome.
Yeah, we're allowed to say it now because Az is dead. So St. Jesus, George, Lionheart, Floyd. He can't sue us. He's dead.
Different. Az looks fantastic.
He does look good. Shout out. I mean, okay, he might be alive for real BBC and Sunday Funday and all his other things, but as far as F&T is concerned,
we're all dead a couple days a week.
Yeah, well, not me.
I'm
alive
I know
all the time. I'm in my prime. This is the other reason Disney might be a little fucked.
Magda asked that about you from GCA. She was like, does he ever sleep? Does he ever stop?
Too much kung fu fight powder.
Did you do a video on this out of curiosity, Badger?
I did. I went through the whole thing.
I've done 2 in the last like 3 months. I've done 2 videos on this, and both of them have flopped fucking hard.
I'll be honest with you. I did not check back to see how that did. I've been fucking just ABFing them and hoping that I didn't miss.
Yeah. I think they're gonna spank Disney hard with this one. I think they're really gonna spank them.
When you go over it from the beginning, and the reframing I did is, if you really look down for this from the long view of, this is all because Gina didn't put pronouns in her bio, and then she said, "Hey, in World War II, there's a political tactic used to get half the population complicit with doing horrible things to the other half, while the people at top were running away with all the fucking control and the shit." And the exact same thing, starting with Gina saying that and culminating with, "I turned my head and God happened." Like it that's what it was. It's a full proof of everything she said. And then yes, thankfully Elon. And boy, did we ever find out why Elon started buying and funding things. But yeah. And by the way, that is just Elon. Basically, we all thought it was so he could meme, and because of Babylon Bee. And he basically came out. I was like, no, I had a son, and now I don't. My son's dead, according to modern politics. And so, yeah, he's got a daughter now. And that has led him to funding all the lawsuits against Disney, because it turns out Disney was doing more than just advocating. Oh, you wait till the fucking leak video I got for tomorrow from James O'Keefe, and we are going to talk about him. Any thoughts on Disney and all of these revelations? Because Leon, you look when I said that about Elon and his son.
I was just thinking, like, I got into an argument with some fucking Twitter trannies earlier about this situation. I was just recalibrating that argument in my head. Because, like, someone was all like, "I can't believe that you're using this as an excuse for transphobia." He still said that his son is dead to him. And I was like, well, no. He said
their
his son,
vernacular.
he said his son is dead thanks to the Wolt mind viruses, and he has no son anymore. He didn't say his son was dead to him. He said his son is dead. And I said it's akin to how when Obi-Wan said that Anakin was dead because Vader's all that remains. And they're like, look at this fucking chud using Star Wars references. And I'm like, well, first of all, I'm explaining using another pop culture linguistic technique how they apply, how you can use
using a lot of big multi-syllable words that
they don't like it when you use their words against them. That's the thing.
They fucking hate when you use their coded language.
Fucking anger in my soul, and I was like, are you people so are you intentionally being obtuse, or are you actually so retarded you don't understand what's going on? Because I don't know which is worse than the other. They're both fucking annoying.
I would say both.
Is there a new one? The Rings of Power. I mean, I'm not monetizing this stream. I'll play that shit out loud. What are they gonna do? Be lucky if anyone was talking about that goddamn thing. Yeah, well, unfortunately, Isaac, that is what's going on. So, amongst the other things with Disney is the James O'Keefe, and I will still give credit, and thankfully I see other YouTubers doing this, that it started with Film Threat doing those D files, and the animators and Pixar and all the other Disney animation coming forward and all that. And I do believe that and all those emails inspired James O'Keefe, and we know him obviously from Project Veritas, and then he started his own. Let me just, yeah, I don't like that. I wish he would change the name of that, but let me just show you this was last, like the first part basically, but just the first minute 30 to show you exactly what they found Disney up to, and then we'll do a little tease of what.
But before you do, I just gotta say, from this still right here, he looks like fucking every call center supervisor I ever had in my late teens.
I mean, shout out, he must not be ugly, because there was a couple of them where he played a gay man opposite gay employees on undercover dates. So
he pulling in that dick.
Pulling it in. Giggity.
Brave whistleblowers on the inside of Disney have given us an inside look at Disney's internal communications hub, internal employee websites, group chats and bulletin boards, Disney's company employee roster, and their Slack channel threads. And what we've discovered is so shocking that it makes the Disney tape series look like child's play.
Very poor choice of words. It does make it look. It does, unfortunately. So the tapes he's referring to are there, of course. That's Jeannie Garani, or whatever, their marketing director, drag queen, who is more than willing and wanting. It was sort of a leading question, but then they go right into it. Of, oh, yeah, I'd love to put more trans representation, this, and that, and the other. And then we saw, well, I'll continue on. That was this one.
Literally, the Disney employee named Pony Harrison, who is promoting a Disney-sanctioned and sponsored Seattle Pride event via the Disney Slack channel.
Now, keep these Pride events in mind, because it's super important coming up. Yeah, well, I mean, a little partition with, like, saran wrap or something, but yeah.
As we dug deeper into what she was marketing, we found it was an LGBTQ Pride event sponsored by Disney and meant for kids of all ages. Children, very young children, were there to see it all. Compliments of the Walt Disney Company. Did you just see that? Fully naked men on bicycles in front of children, brought to you by the Walt Disney Company. Well, now we know exactly what Jeannie Giannani, the creative marketing director, meant when he said the, quote, unspoken truth.
That's the unspoken thing.
The journalist discovered that Disney has a not-so-secret partner named Zebra Youth.
And there's a couple other programs they have. There's a couple other Pride think tank that we hear about tomorrow. I'm going to stop it there because it sort of gets worse. But do you remember when they were doing the stockholder meeting questioning and Chloe Cole got up, the detransitioner? And she started talking about how Disney pays for their employees and children of employees to have gender-affirming care. Doesn't it sound nice? You're
making me feel real dirty about us about praise Deadpool. I'm just throwing that out there. Like,
see, the problem is that's a fucking hold. All of this is Fox. They bought Fox. In fact, the original guy, Michael Giordano, the VP there, was basically talking about he has no future at that company because he's white and he's only as high as he was because he was at Fox when they bought him. Literally, when they bought him, and then they're stuck with him. Yeah, and the point is also, we can't throw baby out with the bathwater, but it's corrupted. Like all these countries, countries too. Like all these companies there's a substantial amount of the woke mind virus that has taken Disney, and that's why we need to expose it. And God, maybe have some saving to do. Scooby Pup, shout out for 10. Her Deadpool had a deleted scene where he jumps into our timeline, destroyed everything KK and Iger had done to Disney Star Wars, and restored balance, causing the fans to celebrate. Well, I for one would like that movie. I would love that movie. Yeah, so that's
Deadpool kills the Disney universe. Oh, I'm all in. Let's go.
Before we do get to the aforementioned Deadpool, which I'm sorry if you feel horrible, we do have the tale of Assassin's Creed Shadows and just what has happened this week. Because obviously there's that petition, which is still going well. Slow down a little bit, but still going well. The fact that this might become a diplomatic incident is the best part for me. So
but didn't you read that article from Alyssa Mercante in The Gamer? That no, it's not becoming a diplomatic incident. They don't care.
Oh, and didn't you read the Verge reporter Ash Parrish just accuse everyone, including the Japanese, of being fucking racist and blah 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 blah. Yeah, don't fuck with the Japanese and their culture. It doesn't end well. And then, the second historian, of course, after the first one, Thomas Lockley, was discredited. They had that second one, Yu Hirayama. Guess what? They're communist and they work with, they were a member of the Japanese Communist Party. I'm sure they have no affiliations whatsoever, and they're not still avowed Marxists. And they also are part of an organization that's basically, its entire point is to push it into Western. And i.e., the way we're going to get this Japanese culture into the Western audience is to black up our samurai and push it to an urban environment for the DEI. That'll win it. Yeah, I know. So thankfully,
I don't even have words. It's just fucking.
Yeah.
It's like 4 or 5, 6 years ago, 10 years ago, when I started, talking about this stuff with the original Gamergate, it is evolved or devolved, however you want to put it, so far. Like back in the day when Gamergate happened, we were just like, bro, look at these fucking reporters, fucking dudes for good video game review scores, and that was that was the big scandal. It's like, oh, look at these sluts. And now here we are 10 years later, and we're finding out the United Nations is trying to turn the entire world into a cultural Marxist utopia. Shit has gone so far in just 10 years.
And Mr. E, this is fucking just so provably not true. If they gave a shit about money, they would have course corrected years ago. They are ideologically captured. The vast fucking majority. Now, you could make the point that some of them still think that this is a pathway, but the word is fucking out. DEI is cancer. They know it. That's why they're going to the whole.
That's why they're changing it.
Yeah. So I don't believe that anymore. If they did, they would be course correcting fucking immediately.
3 words.
There are only 2 big name companies.
Tsushima.
Ghost of Tsushima is exactly the word. And that was the last thing that Grum said, basically. And the last thing the Japanese said was, "I'll go fuck it yourself." And there's Exoriate. They were not too happy with the Ubisoft. I don't even want to call that an apology. It was more of a.
It was a statement.
It was a statement. Yeah. And then their statement was a bunch of shit of oh yeah, we totally did our research with all the people that we just mentioned that had been discredited. And what are you gonna do? We'll see where the petition ends.
It basically started off saying, "We hear what you're saying. We don't give a fuck." That's the whole 4 pages can be summed up with those 2 sentences.
Basically. And so I guess everyone will be just playing Ghost of Tsushima, which is fine.
Which is fine with me.
I'll tell you this much. It's a great fucking game. A 10 out of 10 of a game. Beautiful. It's the one PlayStation game at the time where I was like, oh yeah, I get it. I get you motherfuckers. Because now you can play it on PC. So, and even though you have to link your, PlayStation account if you want to play multiplayer.
Nope, not happening.
I did not watch anything with the Olympics. I saw people going, what happened to the Olympics?
Well, we'll be talking about it on my show if you're hopping over. So
and I am, yeah. By the way, spoiler, I'm a variant of me and Gooch. Are you jumping over? And I guess Rat too?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Either way. I, for sure, though, will be over on Leon's channel after this to continue.
Techrat, you're welcome as well. We just turn it into Badger Den 2 over on my channel.
But yeah, I did see the Deadpool. I personally, no spoilers, like I said, I give it a 10 out of 10 for various different reasons. I realize that this score I'm giving it is highly contingent upon the fact that I have seen all the fucking Fox movies multiple times. I was a kid, grew up with them, all of the backs, all of that shit. I did watch Loki season 1, which I do think helps. I know Leon didn't see it and he said he had no problem. It's not that you have a problem. It's just I feel like you get an extra little level up of attachment if you have seen it. Just
the way you were explaining it to me is that there are people straight up claiming the movie doesn't make sense, and I'm calling bullshit because I've not seen a second of the Loki
or that
show,
it's
and the movie
all
made
over the place. I thought it had a rather, again, I think it turns into a road trip movie, which I was perfectly happy with. God damn, Hugh Jackman is like at the top of his game. Ryan Reynolds, the writing, the quickness. It's amazing. Again, there were several times I wanted to make a joke, and Ryan made the joke.
I think that the most impressive thing about this movie is the pacing. Like you are like constantly on a beat. Like
I
don't
can
miss
use
out.
Irwin's fucking oh so lovely rating scale and still give it a 10 out of 10. And I can use my fucking rating scale. And Irwin's is how entertained was I the entire time? How engaged was I the entire time?
But that's exactly it. You're very, very entertained by this.
I felt very engaged, yes.
See,
and I wasn't worried about the story.
Sorry, continue, Gooch.
No, I've said this on Hypno. You've heard me say this. The story's going to suck, but you're going to be entertained through this movie.
So that's the thing. I didn't even think the story sucked.
I think, well...
You could say the story was thin, but it didn't suck.
Yeah.
That's kind of what I would say.
Yeah,
sure.
This movie went above and beyond what I thought it would be. Like it was like highly, highly entertaining. Like it was like it was 9.5 for me. Yeah.
Now, in terms of being entertained the entire time, I want to push back on that a little bit because the opening scene is amazingly entertaining, and I actually think the first 15-ish minutes of setup actually is kind of a slog. But not because it's bad, but because we got all that info in literally every trailer leading up to this point. I was like, everything you're doing in the setup phase has been explained 3 times over the last 6 months. I'm not engaged. They didn't save anything to make that setup worthwhile.
By the way, just because I will, this is only a spoiler if you've watched Loki, in which you're not going to give a shit about me saying this. Yeah, body positivity TVA cop is in it. And guess what, motherfucker? They made her straight and fucking getting flirted with a white man. Yeah, I love
gonna make an
every
American
goddamn minute of it. No, they didn't do. They fucking went heteronormative, and I love. They subverted my expectations. She's a super body positive fat cop in Loki that like humiliates and does the typical like
I like
lesbian
her,
black
I
woman
like
thing.
her.
Dax Mahler's retarded. According to Dax, Mahler says he thought Deadpool and Wolverine were character assassinated. I love Mahler. His takes lately have been incredible. His takes about Fallout were retarded. That's a retarded take. Wolverine was 100% in character. Deadpool may seem out of character if you're only familiar with the internet meme version of Deadpool and have never actually read the comics and realized, no, he is a deep and complicated character, and he's more than just the chimichanga joke guy.
I'm like 100% sure Mahler has not read the fucking Deadpool. And I hate that I agree with you that, yes, I'm not a fan of Mahler's takes on Fallout. Character assassinated? Have you fucking seen Wolverine Origins? Anyway, I love Mahler.
Assassination.
Good dude. I gotta be careful now that I actually talk to these motherfuckers. No, I love Mahler.
I don't talk to these motherfuckers. I'll say it because I do like Mahler and I like his content. However, retarded.
Mahler has like, I don't because it's not standards, but he has his standards that if you violate from that, he can get, for lack of a better term, super tismy about shit. Have you seen his videos? They're 9 hours long.
Yeah.
And, if you get tunnel vision on your media and don't try to, and you're only looking for your version of it and not the version, then you're going to have a problem. Like, no matter how good or bad something is, there are people out there that will make a case for why the Acolyte is good. They're wrong because they're looking for their vision. No, you need to look at the overall objective.
Well, yeah, because he's trying to be objective about it, but then he becomes subjective about it at a certain point.
And also, Wolverine was character assassinated. What fucking Wolverine was assassinated? Because there's like a bunch of Wolverines in this.
Yeah.
A Wolverine. And then they tell you why his character is the way he is. So it's just a fucking weird one. No, I don't think it was.
His character is still in line with things we've seen in the comics. Just throwing that out there. Like,
luckily, I might actually come across him again, get to ask, like, bro, what are you talking about? Where was the assassination? There was not one false note. In fact, that's like multiple times. I was like, God damn, Hugh Jackman is acting his ass off. He's so good as Wolverine. So I was like, I don't get it.
So there's one scene. I'm not going to say what happens during the scene or anything because we're avoiding spoilers. But I'll say, just so you guys, if you see the movie, you're aware of the scene I'm talking about. When Logan is around the campfire with a certain character, and he's drinking. It took me out of the moment. It took me out of the movie for a moment in a good way because I was like, holy fuck. I'm watching Hugh Jackman. Like throughout the whole movie up to that point, I've been like watching Wolverine. And then it's clicked for me. No. I'm watching Hugh Jackman embody Wolverine. And like, I had to disconnect and separate, like, and appreciate his acting for a moment and not appreciate the character, if that makes sense.
Really?
Yeah, this is the other thing.
I didn't disconnect there. I thought.
No. When I say disconnect, I'm using it as a positive. I intentionally disconnected so that I can appreciate his acting and not just appreciate the character.
I was able to get both.
Yeah, but I like that other person that was at the campsite.
Yes.
Okay. I didn't quite cry, but there was a couple moments where I welled up, so I felt tears starting to form. That was one of those moments.
Yeah. No, really? They fucking memed on everything, but they also treated everything seriously.
To be fair, the Deadpool movies have always been great at that. All three of them are very good at that, making dick joke, and then here's some legitimate emotion.
Fight. No,
Deadpool 2 sucked. I'm sorry, it just did not hit for me. I didn't care for Deadpool 2.
I enjoyed it. I didn't think it sucked, but I understand people don't like it as much.
I find Deadpool 2 to be disappointing compared to the first one, but that's just because the first one is at such a high bar.
Deadpool is fine, and Colossus is great. But again, the story,
you don't like that one was very heavy. Kid.
That was very story driven. That one, and it was a mess. It was a complete mess. That one, and I really liked the look of Cable, but again, it was a mess the way they had portrayed him.
Not buddy cop. It was fucking like it was 48 hours, and it was what's the one with Lawrence Fishburne and fucking Baldwin, not the Boom Boom Baldwin, the other one, Convict. He keeps calling him Convict. They're escaped.
Yeah. Oh.
Is that shit? It's two motherfuckers that don't like it. That's sort of
Daniel Baldwin.
Yeah.
It was with that. Yeah.
But you know the movie. I'm saying it was that dynamic where they're fighting with each other just as much as they're fighting with everyone else. It hit every fucking cliche trope. Acknowledged that it was
make a reference to Planes, Trains. No. I was watching Jeremy Johns. Jeremy Johns compared it to Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. And I'm like, yeah, I think that's a great comparison.
No, Badger yesterday nailed it with 48 hours.
Yeah, no, it is an antagonistic partnership, and it fucking works. Like Tim was saying, they call out their own shit, but then it still works without pay no attention to the man behind the thing, but then show the man behind the thing, but then you still forget that there's a man behind the thing. Masterfully done. I'm sorry. That's why I'm like fucking a 10 for me.
So I've got get a criticism out of the way to see if you guys agree with me, because this is not a spoiler thing whatsoever, and it might just be me. I think this movie was too bright. Like, it had too much color, which made it feel like an MCU film.
You don't like color.
Yes. Because if you watch the first and second Deadpool, then watch the third one, the color grading is much brighter in this, so it actually doesn't feel consistent. Like, I don't
because it's not consistent. It's not supposed to be consistent.
Is it because of the yellow costume? That's why.
No, believe it or not, no, because you can make the yellow costume work even in the Deadpool movies. Like, literally the environments, the backgrounds, everything just seems like they turned the brightness up and the contrast
he's in
down.
MCU now. I thought that, right? And I felt that,
and it feels like an MCU movie. Which, again, it's a good MCU movie. In fact, it might be one of the best MCU movies. It just, if I was going to sit down, like, all right,
you did a Trump. It's a good MCU movie. In fact, it might be the best MCU movie. Yeah, you did the fucking accidental Trump.
When I go back to see it, I'm gonna intentionally try to pick that up, because I didn't get that. But I think it was just.
It could just be a me thing. I just like some every now and again people.
No, I usually pick those things up.
Make it dark as shit, more slow mo.
But if you watch Deadpool 1, 2, and 3 all back to back, as if you're doing like a Lord of the Rings watching, I feel like when you turn on 3, it will feel like an assault on your senses visually.
Yeah. Now I'm thinking of it. Yeah, you're right, because it was. It was
1 and 2 use a lot of gray tones, black tones, things like that, whereas this one was exploding with color. It looks really good. It just looks inconsistent to the first two. So there's again a bit of a visual disconnect.
I don't think it's color. I don't think it was the color. I think it was really sharp. Like it was. I think there was a clarity problem,
and it's unfortunately in line with the other fucking Marvel movies and phases.
Yeah.
So that's just what it takes.
But now
it takes
I'm gonna
a
watch
second,
it again and look for that.
but-
Leon. Now you got me thinking.
Yeah.
But again, if that's the fucking criticism that you come away with, is like,
Yeah.
oh, the coloring was a bit bright. Like, if that's your fucking, then you're probably doing pretty good. Like,
This is one of those, because it's not even like turn your fucking brain off and just enjoy it. Because there is some stuff, there's some really good performances. I don't think I mean, if people go like, what doesn't make sense? Well, then nothing makes sense in a fucking comic book, anything, if you're going to go that route.
Yeah,
and it made enough sense in a fucking comic book realm that if you're picking this apart, you're going to have to start picking. It's a lot like when people criticize, they end up inadvertently talking shit about like the prequels or the original Star Wars when they're criticized. It's like, oh, hold on. I know you want to talk shit about it, but let's just be clear of what we're all talking shit about here. Or
I don't know when the last time I heard you say something with a 10. So especially in this climate, it's got me
I'm giving
high
it a
hopes.
10 for multiple different reasons. Because obviously I don't really think it's possible to have a 10, but still every once in a while people throw like a 10 to be like, I don't know how it could get any better. Like a Ghost of Tsushima, even though it's a video game. Right. I don't know how that could get any better. This is one of those, when you look at how long it's been, that is part of it, right? But it's more than just like, oh, you saw something moderately good. Because there's other things we've seen that have been moderately good.
I wouldn't expect you to enjoy it. I did not. Okay, so I've told you guys this, because you're in the group chat and whatnot. But for the audience, the tranny in my car may be fucked, which is of course like a several $1,000 fix. It screwed up on the drive to the theater.
Them out of your car then.
I got out of this movie, had to call an Uber and abandon my car at the movie theater. And I was still in a great mood while doing it.
Accidentally lit it on fire to hide the evidence.
I just got off just got out of Deadpool. My car's fucked. Come grab me. Like, in the back of my head, I'm sitting here thinking, fuck. There could be several $1,000 fix for my car. But I was not in a bad mood. This movie left me so like on cloud 9. That's pretty good. So
I was in a great mood. And it's one of those things. I see how they could do future movies, and if they never do another movie, it would be fine. Agreed. It did its job, I think.
I'm gonna have to stay off the internet till Monday when I watch it.
I don't know how you fucking.
I don't know how.
I mean,
you guys almost killed me earlier.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how you're here tonight because like
I am ignorantly occupied by other things.
I want to say so many things right now because it's been 2 nights in a row talking this, and I'm just like, I literally just got in the door from the theater and jumped on with you guys last night. And it killed me to hold back so much.
Well, Monday, we're going balls to the wall spoilers.
Oh, yeah.
So if you want to fucking come on Monday, you are more than welcome. Chris might actually be rating the channel, so we might have 1,000+ people watching if he fucking actually does the rating feature. But either way, Monday should be enough time for everyone to have seen the shit and that we can talk about it. Because, get your tickets, boys and girls.
If you're not seeing this movie opening weekend, the internet's going to ruin it for you anyway. You've got a weekend. That's pretty. You had Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. That's what, 86 hours or something like that, or 94 hours, however long it is. Like, I'm sorry, guys. You had your time.
Here's a prediction, or a question. Like, how much does this movie make total?
Well, on night 1, it made $140 million fucking dollars on a Thursday night for a rated R movie. This movie is at least getting past 1.5 billion.
I was gonna say I have no problem fucking saying 1.5 for sure. I joked when I said 2. If word of mouth go, and we're including like world fucking and like its entire run, I do think it could tickle the taint, no pun intended, or maybe slightly intended. It could easily pass 1.5 and tickle.
I want this to beat Barbie
2.
So bad.
What was Barbie?
Barbie Cross 2. I'm pretty sure.
Jesus
Christ. I think this one could possibly hit 3.
3?
I only think it's 3.
That's the ballsiest fucking prediction I've ever heard.
I've never the last time I went to see a movie multiple times was Star Wars.
We're crazy, Amelia. Do a fucking basic. I suck at math. Do a basic bitch amount of math. It's not even the fucking weekend.
Yeah, and
it's not even the fucking weekend.
And it made 140 million on its first night. Yeah.
Oh, you want me to get like factual, but it's gonna sound racist? There's a bunch of white people. This is gonna do really well overseas.
Yeah.
They're fucking racist. That's why they minimize Finn on the poster. Who are they gonna minimize on this poster? It's going to make
all the
pool.
fucking money.
They're going to minimize dog pool because they don't want them fucking Chinese people.
And
fucking
the dog
food.
pool slushies or
I
slushy,
think this
for them.
gets super close to $3 billion.
Yeah, no, it's gonna make a lot of. Okay,
like I said,
you are under.
First time I've gone to see a movie.
Someone needs to. Oh, sorry, go on, Gooch.
Oh, sorry, Leon. This is the first time I've gone to see a movie again in like 25, 30 plus years.
Walking home.
Yeah.
To fucking watch it again.
I've seen several movies in theater, or several films in theaters multiple times. I saw all 3 Spider-Man, Sam Raimi ones in theaters multiple times. I saw the first 2 Pirates of the Caribbean multiple times. But all those movies like 20 years ago. So I don't know when the last time I did that was. So
Tim, if that's confirmed, I think it could fucking at least catch up to them.
What somebody needs to do is they need to make like a short or a YouTube video or something that's like a giant Deadpool 2 poster and how many the Marvels could fit in it according to budget. Like, because the movie made like $100 million overall or whatever. Like, so add up, you got like 40 fucking Marvels inside one giant Deadpool 2
so
poster.
For that fucking review bombing, it doesn't matter. That audience score is pretty consistent at fucking 97, and I guess the
critic score has gone down a bit. It was like 83% last time I checked.
That tracks. We like it, so of course they don't like it. Yeah. Very few. It would be, like you said, it would be nitpicky if I were to suggest anything, and it would have just been more. You could have done this.
That was, by the way, that was the first movie I've seen in 5 years in the theaters, and I walked out of there. I was skipping out of the theater happier than anything. I was just like, oh my god, that was so worth the money.
Sorry, I'm picturing you skipping. Yeah.
I skipped.
Just filled me with joy.
Yeah.
Also, I want to say this movie knows its audience because it knows its audience are a bunch of fucking jokesters and pranksters ideologically and politically, because it makes fun of both sides at multiple points. Like it is so like it doesn't actually say the words like gamer chuds or gamer gate or anything like that, but the point is it makes fun of like the personification of what they think we are, but also makes fun of the wokesters and whatnot. Like it just doesn't give a fuck. It slings mud at everyone, which is what a good movie should do if it's going to be self-referential and pop culture based.
Yeah, and on a completely unrelated note, Wesley Snipes is also at Comic-Con. People really like him. Boy, wouldn't it be nice to see him as Blade again?
Oh my god!
Sure as fuck, not going to see Mahershala Ali since they just can't seem to figure out how to do it. But yeah, I would unironically take a almost 70-year-old Wesley Snipes. What is that? Black
you want to talk about ironics? Badger could have gone to Comic-Con this time and been on a panel.
Wesley Snipes. We want to talk about Ubonics.
No.
Yes, that's right. I could have spent a bunch of money and gotten free tickets to Comic-Con and been on panels with Chris Gore. Yeah. You know what? Sometimes someone's just too lucky, and you say, "Stop! It's too much."
No, yeah, it'll be next year for sure. Oh, by the way, so the name next I've got here, Hulk Colburn. Yeah, since you haven't pulled it, it's Driving. You
told
Miss
me not
Daisy.
to look it up.
Yeah, Driving Miss Daisy was Morgan Freeman's character since LOL. In 2 days, I think I did 600 miles in my car.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Yeah. Sure. Because I would have gotten no hate. It's already bad enough to people. How the fuck did he get on open bar? Sure.
Yeah.
Go ahead and go on a panel with Chris Gore and Gary. Yeah.
Sit in front of a bunch of people and talk to people who are like, "Who the hell is that guy?"
That's gonna be next.
I'm not awaiting this. I'm not. If it happens, it happens.
Okay. So when I talked to Gary the other night,
does that make you feel? Hold on, because he keeps fucking saying about me, Mr. Rat. You fucking got to throw around your little co-host thing, and you talked to some people too, didn't you?
When Badger walked up to me and put his hand on my shoulder and interrupted my conversation with Jet and the other good chat folks and said, I need to borrow him for a few minutes, I felt special. He took me into the back door, giggity, of the VIP area, and I got to meet Chris Gore. And then from there, it was just a blind night of what's happening.
Tim, public speaking, definitely not one of my issues. That's not why.
Anyone who wants a Badger would never have that assumption.
Definitely not one of my. Unfortunately, might have the opposite problem. A little too comfortable speaking in front of people leads me to say some things I probably shouldn't.
But
it was a really good experience.
To tie that off, when I did talk to Gary, I told him, I said, I have been pestering your Instagram account, which is run by his wife, of course. And
shout out to Mel.
saying to, get Badger on FNT, and he said to me, it'll happen.
Yeah, but what the fuck is that could be like? It'll happen.
I don't care. It means it's happening. So
the
stay
slow
tuned.
heat death of the universe will happen. It'll be a fucking billion years, but it'll happen eventually. No, it'll happen. Shout out Gary, man. Really good dude. Really good dude. And he and X-Ray Girl followed me on Twitter today. So
that'll happen.
I unfortunately gotta take my leave because my stream starts in 15 minutes. So
yes,
I gotta
and don't worry, we are coming in hard and fucking fast on you, boy. Hypnotic.
Never
we
say
talk
never,
about, buddy. You'll get on FNT when I get off on FNT and become a panel member, and then I invite you on. It's going to be great. Don't worry, buddy. I'll get us there. We'll all get there together.
Hypno has the S and T.
Hypnotic, unfortunately, see, schlubs like me need to work my way onto already established. Hypnotic is talented enough to just go ahead and build his own 50,000 plus subscriber and gets over 1,000 people watching his casts, and yeah. He's got his own thing going. Saturday Night Hypnosis.
All right. I will send. Honestly, do any of you guys want to come on tonight? Out of curiosity, I know Badger, you will. I'll send you the link. Gooch,
I'll come. Yeah, I'll come on.
Techrat, do you want to come on?
Senior, it's nothing against you, but I have all three of my kids, if you count my dog here. So we're gonna go chill for the rest of the night.
Oh, that's A-okay. Well, I will send you guys the link. We are live in 14 minutes on my channel. I will catch you guys later. Awesome.
Fun,
appreciate
man.
the discussion.
We will see you shortly. We will see you shortly. Leave so I can insult you. Get out of here. Fully transition. No. Okay. I'm going to come.
Kind of shit. Dude, who are you bringing on? I swear to God, if Gooch says something negative about one of my childhood heroes now, and we can't ever have him on the show again, I'm going to be upset.
Oh, yeah. Shit. I forgot. Let's talk shit now. How the fuck is Ace Ventura and Dumb and Dumber? Gooch, am I insane?
No, they're great films. They're great films.
Okay.
They're
what the fuck? I thought I went into like Lulu Land. I got a good Marvel movie.
No.
And
They're
Dumb
great
and
films.
Dumber, and then Ace Ventura. Shit. What's going on here?
But Jim Carrey, like, he's kind of the same character. He got into that same character shtick for the longest time, and then he went serious like Robin Williams. He's like a poor man's Robin Williams.
Right,
he follows the same path.
I get it.
Yeah.
But just saying that, like, it's hacky or his like original, that like 10 years of movies for all those people were great.
I don't get that. I don't get it.
Dumb and Dumber's flipping like top 10.
At least the first one.
Well, we'll have to check that out. All right. For Amelia's, we are going to look at this fucking Rings of Power because I'm gonna have to cover it and watch it. So let's see what I'm in for. Oh, don't worry. I'll take the hit. Oh, 3 minutes, Jesus.
Okay, now see, I'll tell you this here. I actually couldn't get through Eternal Sunshine.
Bro, the Majestic, Eternal is a dark fucking movie. I haven't even seen this movie like 23. He's like a good actor. He can actually fucking act. There's a bunch. What are you gonna do? All right. Let's see. Every time you say ROP Dragon Slayer comes out of a corner somewhere.
I know. I was thinking the same thing. I know. I was just like, oh my
God. Bro, it's like Gary for sure is gonna Disprove is gonna be stuck watching it. Dragon, and by virtue, because I started as a viewer watching it and watching so I could go in the watch parties in Gary's channel, and now I'm continuing on since I can actually talk about this demon. Hold on. I'm so glad I don't make TV show reviews anymore. It was terrible forcing myself to review this garbage.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I wish I could cover something more wholesome like fucking Destiny or Chris or all the other horrible shit.
Or like animation on Diabolical Souls.
I think only Gooch has the untainted, also no pun intended, of things he covers. You and I cover the slop, whether it be internet drama or the TV shows. Every once in a while, we get some good shit to talk about, but unfortunately, we walk in the dark places so that others don't have to. And speaking of, you have not seen what I have seen.
Sauron sees himself as master of all Middle-earth. He seeks to rule it not only through
Remember the crown? Sorry,
He seeks to rule it not only through conquest, but by bending the minds of all its peoples to his own. And for that, he needs not armies.
No!
But rings.
Bro, it's fucking. He needs rings.
In choosing to wear those rings, you have all become his collab.
What is this fucking hairstyle?
What is going on? This show, oh god, it's making me just sick. I just can't stand this. I literally can't stand it.
I'm sorry, I'm doing this for this is Amelia's
I
fault.
know, but it's just
her.
It's so annoying. This and Hot D, I don't want to like
Hot
set
D.
the world on fire. Yeah, it's garbage. I don't care for any of that stuff, and it's too much.
If you pause, it's the right moment. You can see when Badger's heart explodes. All right.
Courageous.
I know you believe this ring is deceiving me, but I believe it is guiding me.
All this may be by his design. These rings may be how he attains power. They must be destroyed.
We will discuss the rings once you have answered the question.
What is the Matrix? Sorry, what is the riddle of steel?
Yeah.
Who is this man?
He is no man. He deceived me. He is Sauron.
What do I call you? A sharer of gifts.
Call me daddy.
Thou wert.
Bro. Oh my god, it's another minute and a half. Yeah, hold on. Jesus Christ. All right.
Like they are just trying to go
I'm gonna turn this down though.
Game of Thrones vibe now, eh?
Yeah, no, I think they always tried to do that because remember, from Inception, we heard there was going to be like nudity and sex scenes. Oh, good, the fucking hobbits.
The fate of the world may depend on.
Now, I will say this: this dude who's playing the fucking not the stranger from the Acolyte, but this stranger, he's actually a decent actor, and he's one of those things like, oh, it's a shame. He probably would be good if they, cast him as a decent role with good writing. He's playing not Gandalf or fucking Saruman or I don't know, someone who probably shouldn't be there yet.
Is it my task to stop the fire? Is it my task to face Sauron? To try and cheat death might lead to an even greater catastrophe.
And I can hear Gary screaming that fucking Balrog isn't supposed to be around for like 1,000 years or some shit.
Yeah.
Take off the ring.
I'm afraid, Guri.
Oh my god.
Tell me she's gonna fight. I want to see her in armor and shit.
Will you abandon them to their doom?
Oh, there's Tom Bombadil.
Will you abandon them to their
Yeah.
Their doom? No, what have you done to me?
Leave Sauron to me.
Promise me, Howard. You will not stop until he is destroyed.
Forgiveness takes.
It's my Puerto Rican representation. Hypnotic, bro. This one's for you and me. You're a rat.
Oh my god. This looks. Ugh.
Ethereal creatures reduced to Amazon slaves. Don't talk about the rings of power riders like that.
An age.
Oh my god,
I need your axe, old friend.
Fight with me.
Oh my god, she fucking had. I was kidding. I didn't. Hold on.
I need your axe, old friend.
Fight.
I fucking can't wait. Give me this bitch fighting and just oh hell yeah. A female int. Female int. I must have missed that one in the lore.
Fight with her friends.
Give me the meat and give it to me raw.
Darkness falls. There are always some who rise forth and shine.
The Eagles.
Yeah, they're trying to pull all the stuff.
You will give me the night.
Well, there's the budget. Yeah, there's the one fucking... Oh, man. Isn't this just the bestest? Yeah. Well, that'll be fun. There you go, Amelia. Never again. Never again.
Nerd Wars resurrected by black magic. Look at that.
No, it wasn't black magic. It was the thread. We used divergence.
It was
power of one.
It's a different
power
version.
Of two. The power of many. Nerd Wars. I hope your dogs were all right, bruh. By the way, your boss is in here. I hope he doesn't catch you fucking off. You better be working. Just saying. See? No. Shout out. We are actually all going over to Leon's channel, or at least we is the royal we, because it's just Gooch and I. We're going over to the homie's house. Rat, what are you doing? You're gonna go be with like your family and have fun life moments and shit?
Yeah, that dumb shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, you got to see all of them this weekend too.
I love them so much. I do. And
Yeah.
yes, it is the ones. If I was taken and told to go through time and to try to save my world, it would be pictures of those little rodents.
It's Rat's kids, Badger.
It's your kids. Something's got to be done about your kids.
Yeah, we're gonna hang out this weekend.
Are you going to watch?
We're going on Monday.
Yes.
So we're gonna probably watch the second one tomorrow. Just to get it out of the way. What about you? What are you doing this weekend?
You know, it's gonna be gay and shit. Play the Old Republic. Go watch Deadpool again. Fun stuff like that. Read comics. Got a bevy of comics to read.
What about you, Gooch?
Editing on a few streams here and there.
I've heard that, Remy. Do you know about that one?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'll be doing some editing. I'm gonna try my take. I'm gonna do some videos, I think.
Oh, and I love to hear that. I hear Nerd Wars flicking his bean to his Enya box set right now, holding his Grogu ears. Thank the fucking God. Let's get out of here before he does a hot take and shit. Thank God he liked Con Air. We will see you tomorrow for Nerd Rage on Nerd Wars channels, where hopefully he does not disappoint us. And oh God, let's run. Not that one, you dummy. Boomer, this one.
Dr. Leo Lahr.
Get out. No, we won't get out. We won't. You deserve it. I mean, get out! Get out!
Is it something I said?
You've ruined my life! You've ruined my career! You've ruined my book! You've turned a perfectly peaceful house into an insane asylum! Get out!
Daddy! My God, Leo, what's gotten into you?
It was a disaster, Faye!
No, it wasn't. You were wonderful, sweetie.
Fine, Dad.
Yeah.
Why'd you need to kick Bob out of the house?
You think he's gone? He's not gone! That's the whole point! He's never gone!
Is this some radical new therapy?
You see?
Almost made it. Oh.